Hello and welcome back to the Hawkins Hellfire Collective. I'm Devin Grubb.
And I'm Zach Grubb.
And today we will be talking about the Nina Project Part 2. Our Part 2, not Part 2 of the actual episode.
I mean, this was an episode that should have been cut into a Part 1 and a Part 2.
It really wasn't that long of an episode. It just felt long.
I thought, didn't we see that it actually was long?
I think it was like an hour and 15, which is...
No, it was longer than that.
Really?
Definitely.
I thought it was like on par with the other ones.
Maybe.
Either way, it felt like it was like 2 hours,
Yeah.
but that's neither here nor there. We can only work with 40 minutes today, so we have to keep this succinct.
Yeah, time is money. Money's power. Power's pizza. We got to get this done. All right. So we left off talking about the Hawkins crew, and I think you just cracked the case, Steve. You know,
Yeah.
Dustin being himself.
This is comedic gold.
Indeed. But what we were excited to talk about was what we're coming right back into, which is the Murray fight scene.
That's not yet, though. Like, right now, it's just them plotting the escape. Because the fight comes later. So they're basically just on the plane plotting their escape, and Murray is perfection in this scene because he's talking about his karate classes that he's taken, and she's like, have you fought anyone? And he's like, not outside the dojo or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, she's
like, how old?
And he's like, they don't go younger than 13. And he's like, I beat a 15-year-old, but he'll be 16 next month.
And she's like, oh God. And he's like, and I beat him.
Right.
No, I can do this. Beating the 15-year-old in a sparring match was enough to instill confidence in Murray that he could take down a crazy
Russian man.
It's so good. Like, you just have to love Murray this season. He is the perfect comedic relief throughout the entire thing.
It's so good. Then we go back to
the actual
Nina Project, where 11 finally realizes that she's reliving memories.
But she doesn't realize it. They explain it to her
through, like, they talk to her through the thing, and he's like, you have to find your way out. Like, screw you, dude!
Like, I know we talked about this at length in the last episode, so I'm not going to get into it too much, but, well, like, if you were always going to explain it to her, if you were always going to tell her that this is what was happening, why did we waste hours of our time letting her run around her memory confused and scared?
You could have just done this from the get-go.
Yeah.
He only cares about his own gain.
Yeah, he cares about his motives.
He cares about his motive, which at this point, you know, it's not totally clear. It
never will be.
It never will be. I mean, we know he's trying to find one, basically. For what purpose? Who knows? But that's what he wants.
I think it's safe
to say that.
It's safe to say he wants one dead and dealt with. He blames one for the death of all of his other kids.
Mm-hmm.
He feels like he never should have trusted him. He wants him dead. I get that. But, like, in terms of a greater purpose for him and 11, there had to have been something, and we're just never going to know what it is now.
Yeah.
So that was infuriating. But we do get back to the Cali crew because they hit the payphone.
Yeah, they call the number that is in the pen. And you just hear dial-up sounds, and they're like, what is that? That's the sound of the internet.
That was my reaction. Like, Mike went, what is that sound? I'm like, dial-up, bitch.
Like, War Games. Because that movie was out. Because it's not an actual phone number.
But, like, what was so weird about this scene was the music.
It was silly.
For the only time in the entire season that I can honestly remember, the music is incredibly silly. It's like John Williams in the middle of a horror movie. You just don't expect to hear that. It's very jarring, and it like takes you way out of what's going on in this scene.
Yeah.
It's like they were trying to do the thing from last season where you could hear Back to the Future in the background because Back to the Future was on the movie.
It worked screen. In that though.
See, I actually didn't like that.
I know.
But I will admit that, like, environmentally, it makes sense that song was going on.
Well, yeah, because the scene is taking place at the movie where that movie is showing.
They have a fine excuse for using that track. Here, it doesn't make any sense, and it just like...
Well, this whole scene is kind of silly too, because they, Will start singing the never-ending story thing because they realize that they have to like get in touch with Susie for help. So like it's a big moment what's happening that I feel like is played silly.
It's almost like they were thinking, we have too many serious things happening at once. We got to lighten the mood.
Yeah.
Let's throw some silly ass music into this scene. That'll really brighten things up. And instead, all it does is like pull you out of all the other things that are going on.
Yeah. A lot. Well, that is my problem with a lot of what happens in the Californians. That's a lot of my problem with the California stuff, is I feel like it takes you out of the high stakes, interesting things that are happening. Because I can't even say at this point that Russia takes you out of anything, because we've already passed the point where Russia ceases to be interesting. Russia is interesting now.
Yeah, from here on out, Russia is a strong storyline.
Right. It's just the California stuff that is kind of, I don't want to say bland, but it's bland. It needs some salt.
It needs a little spice.
It needs a little spicy.
Spicy.
Or, why is it spicy?
Hey. No, we want it to be spicy. It's got to be spicy.
It does. We want it to be spicy. We want that spice. We want that pizzazz.
So, at this point, the basketball bitches are visiting Reefer Rick's house.
And SpaghettiOs, that pot of SpaghettiOs, man, he's been here. There's a pot of SpaghettiOs. That means Eddie was here.
Eddie couldn't have just taken that pot with him and eaten his damn SpaghettiOs?
I love Eddie, but he was not smart in this situation at all.
No, he was not. Oh, I just realized we're going to have to get through this even quicker than we thought, because I know you want to talk about Comic-Con.
There's not a whole lot.
There's enough to say.
There's enough to say. But anywho, back to the task at hand here. Clean up after yourself, and the bullies won't find you. That's the moral of that story.
Like, why do you even leave it there?
Why was he cooking in broad daylight with, like, curtains not fully drawn? Like,
It's all very silly. He's a
20-year-old high school student. He should have some kind of brain function.
He's not very good at hiding out. It's not his forte.
No, it's really not. Poor dude.
So I think we cut back to the Creole house while they're figuring out whether or not Eddie's there.
The Creole house.
What is it?
It's Creole.
Creole.
Yeah, it sounded like you said Creole.
Oh,
we're going to the Creole house, making some jambalaya.
I mean, he makes jambalaya out of people's brains. That counts, right? And Steve found the spiders.
That's all I wrote.
That's the big one. He has a nice scene with Nancy where he tries to use that same Sherlock Holmes quote that Dustin did. And she's like, what?
What are you talking
about? And I was just thinking, like, Steve, baby, honey, sweetie pie. Steve, you don't have to be smart.
You sweet summer child.
Yeah. Steve, you don't have to be smart. Just be good. It's who you are, man. You're okay. You don't have to be smart.
He wants to be. And I feel like he wants to be because everybody he hangs out with now is...
Yeah, but that's not his role. He has a role. He has his place.
He's dad.
He's mom.
He is mom. Oh, it makes me think of... So, real quick side. There was somebody that we saw waiting in line in Comic-Con who had a Steve tote, like a tote bag with Steve on it, and it had lyrics from the Reba McEntire song from her show, a single mom who works too hard, who loves her kids and never stops. And I thought it was the best thing I had seen that morning. It was hilarious.
It was great. It was fantastic. The Stranger Things fans were out in full swing. It was a good time.
Yeah. What do you have next?
Nerd Lucas is back. Okay, we missed him very much.
Yes. What is that in relation to, though? Because I wrote that down, but I didn't write down what it was about.
He's pretending to, like, play the piano and being silly and just being a goof.
Okay, just having his little moment with,
Yeah. Max calls him a dork, and that's how you know she's, like, she likes him. She's opening back up to him.
That's the first time I've seen you smile in so long. It's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she's like, oh, let's hope, oh, jeez, I'm blanking. The music.
Kate Bush.
Let's hope Kate Bush doesn't lose her musical powers from me listening to it too much. And he's like, Kate Bush will never lose her musical powers.
Yeah, and that's what okay, that's you're a Kate Bush. I am now. She saved your life. Like,
yeah, you're a Kate Bush fan? I am now. Mega fan.
And this is when the lights start flickering.
Yes.
Which, that means that he's doing
before
stuff.
Before that, though, before we get into that, there's another scene with the Nina Project.
Yeah, we're back to 11's memories.
So we get to see all the kids training. All the kids have the same power.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to. I won't dive in too deep. You all know my thoughts on this. It's a bummer that they all have the same power.
It is. It would have, like, as much as I hated, you know, that aspect of season 2 with the law, you know, with Carrie, whatever her name is. As much as I hated that aspect, it was cool to see somebody with a different power. It would have been cool if they all had different powers like they do in that comic.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's kind of an opportunity missed, but I mean, I guess when they're scrapping something completely.
Yeah, it's just a bummer. It's just a hardcore bummer that they would.
I think it also makes Vecna easier.
It does, but also, like, think about it. If Vecna was the only other person who had 11's power, wouldn't him taking an interest in her make so much more sense?
Yeah, because they were, you know, they would have, like, this, like, power bond. Like,
yeah.
Oh, you're just like me. You can join me.
Yeah.
Think of everything that we could be able to do as a team. Like, that kind, like, you
exactly.
know, you could play into that.
Instead, he's just, like, he's taking a special interest in 11 for who knows what reason. Because she's the newest one? Because she's the youngest? I don't think she is the youngest.
No, there's definitely some that are younger than her. I think it's because of, her weakness. I don't know.
Maybe.
Because
I have
she
no
is
idea.
seen as weak with the other ones because
right,
her
but like
powers aren't as developed.
When he's talking to her, he believes that she's the strongest one. Like, right. Why does he think that? Can he just like latently feel how strong she is?
Maybe. You know, I don't know. He's been having these powers like suppressed for who knows how long.
It's very silly. I mean, it's not silly. I can't even say it makes sense. Maybe just she would be the easiest one for him to manipulate.
Probably because everybody makes fun of her.
Yeah, because
everybody sees her as being weak. It's easier for him to be like,
or maybe
I'm gonna take you under my wing. I'm gonna.
Maybe that's a small piece of his humanity actually coming out. Like, not so much in that he feels for her, but like he might see himself in her, and that to him is like, ooh, I'll take a special interest in that one.
That might get brought up
later
on. I feel like when we really get into Henry stuff later on in the season, I feel like that does get brought up, and I feel like that's the reason. So we might be thinking that by remembering, if that makes sense.
So it's just very funny because he's so detached from humanity and he cares so little about the concept of feelings and stuff.
Especially when he's Vecna.
Right. But like this all started because he had a human feeling towards another human being. Yeah. And he like can't acknowledge that. It's very funny. And Papa's like, they think you're weak. She's literally this tiny little kid. Right. That's how you're going to motivate the small child?
Right. Like
Sorry.
She's like 8. She's like 7, 8 years old. And like, oh, they think you're weak, but I am weak.
I'm tiny. I have no muscle mass.
Like, I'm a small human.
I'm very small.
Right.
And I have no money. So you can imagine the kind of stress that I am under.
But like, yeah, I am weak. Maybe give me some more food. Like, I'm like...
So my next note is let Devin talk about Kung Fu Murray.
My fingers are like arrows. My arms like iron. My feet like spears.
Like spears.
And he kicks the shit out of Yuri, though.
He really does.
Like, he takes him down. But oops, I knocked you out. And I wasn't supposed to. Who's gonna fly the plane?
And instead of just pulling up and like trying to level out the plane, like I'll be honest, if you put me behind like in the cockpit of a plane, I'm not gonna know what to do. But I've seen enough TV and watched enough movies that I would pull up. I could do up and I could do down.
Yeah.
And if I needed to keep a plane level, I'm pretty sure I could do that just by holding the things.
Maybe.
I think that's all there is to it at that level. I mean, once you have to descend and everything, yeah, you're going to have to hit some switches and you're not going to know what you're doing because you don't know how to fly a plane. But Murray doesn't even try. No. He just sits down and starts pressing every button. Buttons. And of course the engine gives out and it's like, dude, what did you think was going to happen? He didn't even press a button and wait to see what would happen.
No, he just pressed a button and
he just started going
pressing all the buttons. Like, you broke the plane.
Like, Murray is so smart and so wildly stupid at the same time. And I want to, like, a part of me wants to say, oh, that's very out of character for Murray. But is it? I don't know. Because he makes some really dumbass decisions along the way throughout all of our time with Murray. I don't know. So, you know what? I'm not going to call it a character inconsistency at all. It's just Murray's manic energy.
Yep, exactly.
And the plane crashes, and they absolutely should not have walked away from that unscathed.
No, they just had like a couple cuts on their heads, or like.
I can't believe that the show was like, oh no, they're fine. They just crashed a shitty plane into the snow,
like snowy,
and trees,
snowy woods, right?
And they're fine. Everyone's fine. No broken arms or legs.
Yeah, just some
no
cuts.
Hideous wounds. Just some little cuts.
Cuts and bruises, you know. That's what happens. I could go back to somebody's foot, but I won't.
Yep. I think then we're back.
Then we're back to the
Creole house.
To the Creole house. And this is where the lights are flickering and they're realizing like that's what's happening. Like,
yes, and this actually created what I think is another plot inconsistency here.
Oh.
Because we know what it looks like when someone interacts with the particles because it happens later in the season.
Yeah. I think the next episode.
So are we supposed to believe that like Vecna is walking around, and because Steve has his light on, the particles are following him. Mm-hmm. And
because they jump from flashlight to flashlight.
Right, well, they jump from flashlight to flashlight, which is normal because if you walk through, you know, you would see the lights flicker on and off. But Steve like tracks him by holding the flashlight and moving with him. Mm-hmm. That means that on Vecna's side, in the Upside Down, he would have seen these little light particles following him around.
Oh, he should have, yeah.
Yeah, they'd be on his body because they're following him.
Or like super close to him.
Well, they'd have to be touching him because we see when they do the lights, they have to touch them.
Oh, yeah. That's why they do the high thing.
Exactly. And it's just... Like what? Vecna didn't know they were there even though these particles of light were following him around?
Well, he was a little bit preoccupied because during this scene is when he's gonna get Patrick.
He's gonna get Patrick, but he has to walk all the way up to the attic first, and that's where they're following him. He can
make himself be tentacle squelching wetly.
Yes, indeed. And on top of that, when they're all standing around him with their flashlights, we see him in the Upside Down, and there's no shiny particles around him.
There aren't any shiny particles, that's right. I don't like when you get this way.
Why?
I don't like it.
It's irritating.
Cause like I didn't take notice to that.
This is what happens when you make me sit down and analyze a show. Well, because
I feel like there are certain points of the show where like you're analyzing still, and I'm just watching.
Oh yeah, totally.
And I'll just be like, I didn't take any notes. You got to cover this one.
It's just weird that they would kind of establish that in a later episode as the way things work. And it goes all the way back to season 1 when we were like, okay, well, how did this work on Will's end? Was he seeing shiny particles, all that stuff?
Yeah.
It's a hardcore plot convenience. We need some way for these characters to interact with the lights, so this is what we're going to make it look like. That they didn't even keep consistent through its own season.
Well, the particles were only dangerous in season 1 and 2.
That's true too.
That's
fine. True too.
They're fine now.
Yep. We haven't talked about that in a while, but like...
Well, because we haven't gone into the Upside Down yet this season.
Yeah, that's true. So while they're doing that, the basketball boys are chasing down Eddie.
On the lake.
Man, them boys can swim.
Right?
They're
swim. Basketball players, but they swim like swimmers.
Yeah.
And Eddie has to row the boat.
By himself.
Because,
with one oar.
Yeah, one oar, rowing that boat because the motor didn't work.
Also, it's very funny to me that he only has one oar because, like, there were 2 boats in that little boathouse, and I guarantee...
He chose the one.
I guarantee Reefer Rick owned more than one oar. Eddie just didn't know how to row a boat, so he grabbed one oar.
Well, I think there was probably an oar in that boat because he went for the one that had the motor. Yeah. Thinking, like, oh, I'm going to start this motor, it's going to be fine, and it wasn't fine.
No. Didn't check it for gas. Didn't do his due diligence. He doesn't understand.
He hasn't done his due diligence this entire episode.
It's true. He doesn't understand the finer points of boat ownership. And I get it. He lives in a trailer park. I get it.
In a trailer. He's not worried about owning a boat.
I should buy a boat. So we do get to see that while Vecna's doing his thing, the flashlights go crazy and like the power surging through and makes them explode. Again, we should see that fairy dust going crazy too, but we don't. And that's okay. Because I'm going to ignore it. I already bitched about it, so from here on out, I'm going to ignore it.
Okay. But this is when he dies, right? Patrick?
Yeah, this is when Patrick dies.
Patrick dies, and he doesn't fully trance out.
No, I mean, his eyes glaze over.
Kind of glazed over, but he
only goes under the water for like a second.
Yeah, he goes under and then back up and then...
Yeah, we don't get to see if he was having a vision. The way the scene plays out, it really doesn't seem like he is.
Mm-mm.
Which is pretty weird.
That makes me think that maybe Ethan is doing it quickly because he knows that they're in his house. Maybe he does know. They're just not showing you that because they haven't established it yet.
That would be annoying. That would be even worse. That would be even worse for me, honestly.
I don't know. It was just a thought.
I don't know. I think if he knew they were there, that scene would have played out slightly differently. Who knows? But either way, that's the end of Patrick. So I guess we'll stop talking about him, having the quickest Vecna death because he absolutely
really does. He definitely does. His transpires in like 2 days.
Yeah, it's no time at all.
Mm-mm.
And he doesn't get vision. He doesn't really get visions. He just sees the clock.
Yeah, because the day before was when he had the nosebleed, and then everything else transpires in 1 day.
Yeah,
in like a 12-hour period.
Pretty crazy.
He needed his portal, and he needed it quick.
He did. He needed that portal.
I don't know that he would necessarily wanted it in the lake, though.
I don't think he cares. So 11 wakes up again and tries to break out again.
Actually,
she
doesn't just wake up because this bothered me. During all of this stuff, she's in her like tank or whatever, and at one particular part in her memory, she starts going into cardiac arrest. And Owens comes in and he's like, you need to pull her out. Like, she's going into arrest. This is not good, blah, blah, blah. And Brenner's like, oh, she'll figure it out. Then it cuts to something else. And then we cut back and she's literally laying on the table and they have like the paddles and are like shocking her back, which means that Brenner fucking let her die.
Yep.
Before pulling her out. Like, she didn't just go into into arrest and then they pulled her out. No, like he let her heart stop. They had to shock her back to life.
I mean, or like, I mean, most of the time when your heart stops, those things don't bring you back. It's like,
okay, so maybe she
was doing the erratic thing going on.
Or she could have had like a super, super like weak
yeah
pulse. Either way, she had to be shocked back to life in one way or another.
Yep.
And that's just okay with you. Like this is your only shot, and you were cool with just letting her drown.
It's
so and then she runs away, and I don't blame her for running away the first time. I don't blame her for running away this time. This is awesome though, because she does her little like yell and like blows everybody off of her and stuff, which is super cool. Mm-hmm. But then he comes and he's like, "Oh, come with me, daughter and papa." And she's like, "Okay." And that bothers me. Like, I understand she was tired.
Well, no, it's because she used her powers and then she tried to use them again and she couldn't. And she saw it as like, okay,
I guess I have to do this.
I have to do this. This is the only way I'm getting my power
Well,
back.
and he's going to use that to his advantage.
Absolutely.
Because he's a prick.
Yup. Super
and I just
annoying.
wrote, "What are you looking to gain? We will never know."
And like he opens the door for her and dangles her powers in front of her and is like, "You can leave if you want." It's like, no, she can't.
No.
This is more manipulation. This is more of your manipulative bullshit to keep her here.
Because you know how she is as a person. You know she wants to help people. So you know she wants her powers back.
Like, I'm sorry, Brenner is just as evil as Vecna.
They're two different kinds of evil.
I don't even know that they are. I think they're the same kind of destructive ass evil.
Neither one of them really care about humanity of others.
No, they really don't. They don't give a shit.
Brenner will try to make it seem that way, but he doesn't.
It's all for his own means.
Yeah.
And that's episode. Yeah, that's episode 5, part 2 of the Nina Project.
Yep.
Hey, we clocked in at like 27 minutes.
We talked really fast.
We did. We kind of did.
We also ended
pretty close to the end of the episode.
Yeah, the last episode, like our last podcast episode, was a little bit on the longer side.
Yeah.
This one we made short.
So we've got time. Let's talk about Comic-Con a little. I'm sorry, FanExpo.
FanExpo Philly. What should we talk about?
Do we want to talk about the absolute shit show?
The shit show that we experienced before anything happened?
Spoiler.
The days prior?
Spoiler alert. Having a toddler with us super worked in our favor.
I don't want to talk. I feel like that's bragging, but
it's not bragging. It's how things should have been in the first place.
I just, well, first of all, we didn't know that we were gonna meet anybody anyway, because apparently, there was. We might have talked about this in the last one. Yeah. We might. No, I think we did, because it was announced that there was he was having issues with his.
That was
passport.
after we recorded.
Was it?
Yeah.
It couldn't have been.
It
no,
was.
The first thing came out on Thursday. When we recorded. Anyway, if you weren't in on the loop, we met Joseph Quinn. So happy. Yay, so happy.
A little Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah. But he was initially supposed to be at FanExpo Philly on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and had some passport issues with like the embassy in London or whatever, so wound up not being able to be there for Friday and Saturday, just on Sunday. So they squeezed everybody who had tickets for him, like for autographs and photo ops, onto Sunday. So if you had a Saturday pass and you were, had tickets for him, you could go on Sunday, and that's pretty much how it worked it. So there was like a crazy amount of people to meet this man. We were told that we could get there at 8:30?
8:30. We were going to be let in, they said.
So we lined up with everybody else. It was like 8 a.m.
And they said the show floor was going to open early for us.
Well, okay, so he was supposed to start signing autographs at 9 a.m. So we're like, okay, so we're going to get in at 8:30, and we're going to go to our autographs, and my photo ops were at 10, so I was like, that's perfect. We're going to get that. We're going to do this early. I'm going to have my heart attack early in the day, and we'll just be able to, like, walk around, and it'll be fine. It'll be great. Perfect. That's not what happened.
No. So we get there and find out that we have to redeem the ticket, our autograph and photo.
Not the photo. We didn't have to redeem the photo.
We have to redeem our autograph ticket because that we bought on January 18th. Because you don't get your time until you redeem. And the only people who could get their autographs first thing in the morning were the people from Friday or Saturday.
Who had Friday and Saturday.
Who redeemed beforehand.
On Friday and Saturday because they were allowed into Comic-Con on Friday or Saturday.
So if you had a Sunday ticket, you had to wait.
Kind of screwed.
We were then told that the show floor was going to open early for us so that we could get in and redeem our stuff.
9:30. What time did it open?
It opened at like 9:50.
9:50? Because I was in the bathroom with Evie...
Yeah.
Of course, our kid decides that she has to go pee like 5 minutes before they decide to let the line go. And she's sitting on the toilet and you text me, the line's moving, I'm going to do what I can. And I'm like, you gotta pee, kid!
So not only did they let us in at 8:30, they let us in at 8:30 so we could line up for another hour. Hour and like 20 minutes since they didn't let us in when they were supposed to. So I run to the back, I get in line.
I met them. We found them.
Yeah.
I ran. I carried a 2.5-year-old
all the way through the show floor.
In my arms through the show floor. I dragged her a little bit, and then she was like, "But we fell remember we fell at the car show because you were walking too fast." So I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna pick you up then."
Yes, she tripped. Baby girl tripped at a car show once, and she's never let us live it down. Anyway, we get up there and they tell us that our autograph is for 5:30 p.m.
5:40.
5:40 p.m. To which my reaction was, how is that possible? We bought the ticket on January 18th, the moment it went up.
Yeah, I didn't waste any time buying
the moment it went up online, we bought our ticket. There's no way that we are in the very last group of autographs for the day.
And we were nice to this girl.
No, we were not mean.
We were not mean. Like, because she's like, well, they're trying to fit in, they're trying to fit in everybody from Friday and Saturday. And they released some other ones, last night. And I was like, look, I get that, but we have a 2-year-old. She's not gonna make it to 5:40. Like, we don't know how long she's gonna last into the afternoon. Like, if we get past 1 o'clock,
ended up being like 2. She really enjoyed herself.
Well, she passed out.
She did. She got a little nap in, which was good, but she had a lot of fun.
I was like, I don't know what we're gonna do. So this girl, she was great, and she was just she's like, look, take your time. Go. He's got another signing at like 12:30. She's like, go at 12:30. And let them know your situation and see if they'll let you in.
If not,
we'll figure out how to do, they can figure out a refund with you. She's like, they are trying to like accommodate everybody. And there was another girl who was like, she was helping somebody else, but she's like, it can't hurt to try. She's like, just try. Cause I look like the full on Eddie fan. I was dressed like Eddie. So
yeah, it was Eddie, Steve, and Dustin.
It was Eddie, Steve, and Dustin. Before we did that, we did get to meet him. We got our picture. Our photo. We got our photo with him.
Very cool.
I was a happy little clam. You made fun of me a little bit. Said I like to lean into celebrities.
You do. Any photo op we have, you're like in their grill.
Tom Hiddleston was in mine. I was not.
Tom Hiddleston was holding you up because you were about to pass out. Legit, that is what happened.
Legit, that's true.
Anyway, in the interest of time, let's
we met him. He was really nice. For the all of 15 seconds that our
because it was like take your picture, move out. Take your picture, move out.
Because at that point, they were already a little bit behind, so they had even started being like, you can't do poses. No special poses. I'm like, okay. That wasn't my agenda anyway. Then we walked the floor. Then we went to 12:30. and you worked your magic. And you're like, I got a toddler. And we
I
bought
walked
these
up
in
to
January.
I walked up to the guy. I was like, "Look, man, we've had these tickets since the moment they went on sale, and my toddler is not going to make it to 5:40. Is there anything you can do for us?" And he was like, "Yeah, go over to the VIP line.
I was like, okay.
Tell him you're approved." It's like, oh, I didn't think that was going to happen.
So we met him.
Thank you very much.
We met him again at 1:10.
And you made sure he was being treated well.
I did because well, we had talked about that. Like, that was, like, our number one concern. Like, they're trying to squeeze all these people in on him for one day. Like, we don't want him to be overworked and, like, stressed out. Like, I wanted to be like, can I bring you some coffee, some tea? What is your caffeinated beverage of choice? So he said, hi, how are you? He signed our piggyback poster, and then I was like, are they treating you well? And he was like, they always do. And that beautiful British accent that he has. And then I was like, okay, good. And then we walked out and my day was made.
It's good times. And now I'm going to get that poster framed.
Yeah.
Because that is going on our wall.
It's awesome. Pretty little Joseph Quinn signature. I was good, though. I know I fangirl about Eddie all the time on this podcast and not in the podcast and just in my life in general. But I was really good.
If he was wearing his Eddie stuff, you would
that might have been a different story.
I know this.
But I like him without his Eddie stuff, though.
I know.
Like, he's a cutie without his Eddie stuff.
Oh, I'm aware.
And there's just something about the wig.
Yep. So that was a really good time, and on top of that, we had a lot of people at the show who were like,
they were all about
God,
her.
You guys are so cute. Look at her. Look at the little Dustin.
Look at her little Hellfire shirt. Oh my god.
It was nice. It was very nice. She got a lot of attention. She liked some of it. She didn't like all of it.
Yeah, it was fun though, and she had fun. Like, I would be about, like, doing it, the three of us again. You know, even if there wasn't anybody that we wanted to meet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, I mean, she doesn't care.
No, she just had a good time.
Steve from Blue's Clues was there. She wouldn't care. Like, if it was Josh, that would be one thing.
Oh, if it was Josh,
we would have been like, okay, we need to get photo ops for Josh.
Yeah, Evie needs to meet Josh.
Evie needs to meet Josh.
So that was our FanExpo experience. We had a really good time.
It was a really good time.
We got our signing. We got our picture. We got a bunch of other stuff too. I got a cool Zelda print.
Yeah, you got a cool Zelda print. She got a Squishmallow.
Yep.
I got stickers.
Yes, you did. You wanted stickers and you got stickers.
Well, I only wanted because I spent my Comic-Con money in January.
Yes, you did. You spent all of our
Comic-Con money in January.
That's why I came out with one print.
I didn't even tell you I was doing it. I bought them and then said, so we're meeting Joseph Quinn in June.
You don't have to run everything by me. You're your own person.
No, I know, but I just, because normally we talk about those kinds of things.
I know.
And you were like, was that a purchase that we should have made? And I said, nope, but I did it anyway.
I made a salad with craisins. Anyway, so we'll end it off there because we're creeping up on 40 minutes, and that's the last of the time we have in our content cycle.
So just so you know, there will not be an episode next week. We are taking the week off so that our cycle can reset. So this episode, you'll listen to it on Sunday. There won't be one next Sunday. There'll be one the following Sunday.
The 18th, there will not be an episode, but there will be in the following week.
Yes.
All right, so signing off from the Hawkins Hellfire Collective.
I'm Devin Grubb.
And I'm Zach Grubb.
Dusty Buns gets it done.